Hey, kids, it's Hyperdellic. Nope, I'm not dead. Let me make sure. Yep, sounds working. Yay, we're going to turn that off. I got the phone going, that way I can see what everybody's texting. I could see it up on my feed for through OBS too, but I don't always look up there because my monitor is literally right behind where the camera is. So sometimes I'm looking at the camera, and then I'll look over. But if I'm reading and I'm going to be building down here, yeah, my phone over there. So all right, now that I'm done being an old man. Unfortunately, I'm never done with that. Yeah. So just in case anybody was wondering, I know I've talked to a couple of people like hit me up in messages and been like, "Hey, bro, you all right?" Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I just, my birthday is August 18th, and I have been going full steam ahead for almost 2 years now on videos, and I haven't really taken a break, like not a real break. Like, I mean, 2 years, and I mean, look at my video count. Like, it's like I got like three. I think I'm almost at 400 videos or something like that. I don't even know, but it's a lot. I've put up a lot of videos. So I just needed a break, right? I mean, I'm my creation, my studio area, basically my basement, the segment that I get is like a freaking mess. Just because I haven't had time to clean up, I haven't had time to get to things. I have a bunch of like partially started projects all over the place right now, and it's just kind of been frustrating me. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna taking like most of August off. My next video is going to be my review on Orko, and then there's also going to be a different video, like more of a documentary. I'm gonna try my hand at doing documentary style stuff, because I started thinking about it, and like some of my collections, I'm at the point where I've got my collections where I want. Here and there, there's going to be like ones that I swap out, like my Masterverse collection. For the most part, I'm good, but I'm still getting, like that new Tila. I'm going to get her and get rid of the most recent Tila. I'll probably just keep her and keep all of the parts and everything. Because honestly, she's really good for a bunch of customization stuff. But she's still that, I want to say she was Revolution. I don't know. Revolution Tila, maybe? I'm not 100% sure. But that newest Tila that new Eternia Tila is fantastic. And that's the one that I want to go with. So for now, it's funny, like, because I have the other Evil In, which I will not part with. I honestly love the Revelation Evil In. But I had to get the new Eternia Evil In because it's outstanding. I'm sure they're going to do a 2000X version, whether they just do a color and part swap with the most recent, like the new Eternia one, which is, I mean, she's really like, she's one of my favorites. Like, this is such a freaking good looking figure. But yeah, so I'll swap some of these out, but the bigger story is like most of my collections are where I want them to be, and I'm not trying to like. I don't have this unsatiable thirst for more, right? Like right now, I'm starting to become overwhelmed. Like it's ridiculous. Like I can't even show anybody what my toy room looks like right now because it's shameful. I'm sure I have seen like worse, and I'm sure that there are other folks out there that have done worse. But like I've got a bunch of GI Joes, like a lot of aerial GI Joes that I want to hang up with fishing line, and I just haven't gotten around to doing it. So they're laying on my desk. All of my Street Fighter and Nintendo and Simpsons figures are laying out on my desk. They're kind of encroaching in on my Marvel collection that's has a permanent home on my desk. My Marvel Legends collection is, I never intended to get into Marvel Legends, and it's become one of my favorite collections. I have so many very cool figures. I mean, I do. I'm very big on Spidey and X-Men '97. Outside of that, I pick and choose here and there. If one looks cool, I'll grab one. But it's like my GI Joe collection. I have a decent GI Joe collection. It's not humongous. It's kind of a small to average GI Joe. Like I've got a lot of classified figures. Like I don't know, probably about 50 or 60. Probably. I say that like, but there's a couple hundred now, I think. I don't know. I don't even know what they're up to. I don't have any of the vehicles except for, well, I have the Tiger Force motorcycle. I don't even remember what the hell it's called. I had it when I was a kid too. That's the only reason why I grabbed it, and because I wanted a Duke. But then we got the retro carded Duke, and that other Duke got sold. I kept the motorcycle, but I sold Duke because the retro carded Duke was the only Duke I ever wanted. I'm trying to think what else. Ghostbusters. I've pretty much got most of what I want for Ghostbusters. I am looking very much forward to the Netflix cartoon series whenever the heck they finally do this. It's been years now that it's been talked about, and I still haven't heard anything. I heard a while, it had to have been at least 6 months ago that I heard that, it's coming, but that, it's going to be darker than any of the real Ghostbusters stuff that we remember. But it's going to be the real Ghostbusters, but it's going to be different. I don't care. I just want it. I have some of those Mondo real Ghostbusters figures coming whenever the heck they finally ship, and it's fine. I'm okay with them, because Peter's been pushed back 2 or 3 times now. I think he's coming in October now. He was supposed to be here already. So, get it right. Definitely Mondo, get it right. I appreciate the dedication to getting it right. Holy crap, come on. What the fuck? What else do I got going on? Transformers. I have a small collection of Transformers. And when I say I have a small collection of Transformers, I have more Transformers than the average person has. But Transformers collectors, they get a little heavy into it a lot of times. And Transformers are not cheap. That's my thing is I've got my few. I still need a I better make sure I get that. I got my, I think this is my Forever Optimus. He is just such a good look, and he's got all the right colorings and all that stuff. This is the Earthrise Optimus. I know there have been a few others. The only other one that I've really been interested in was the more cartoon looking version of basically what he is. I think it transforms almost exactly the same. But yeah, I need a Megatron. I do have the His Tank Megatron Transformer thing. Here, I'll prove it. No talkie-talkie, all walkie-walkie. All right, so we've got the Megatron His Tank. I love this thing, but I love it because it's a His Tank. When you transform it into Megatron, he's hollow, very hollow. And I know some people are going to say, well, yeah, that's just how some Transformers are. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Doesn't mean I have to like it. So, but yeah, and then I got Baroness with that, which is just, she's a cool pack-in. She doesn't hold her rifle very well, though. It's not great. But I mean, who cares? Put her in the his tank and leave it alone. The only other problem, and I mean, you could just take it off, I guess, is that it just it has Megatron's cannon is like it's just right up in the way. Like it just doesn't go any place that's really good. You know, because if you put it on the his tank, it like whacks her in the head, or you have to like turn it to the side. So now I've said his tank entirely too many times. I'm done with that. With some of you who there was one person watching, but they're gone now. So I'm going to say whatever I want to say now. I'm going to start building Bender. Now, I saw this, and I'm super happy that Futurama is coming back. I am super excited to get another couple of seasons of it. I've been rewatching the last couple of seasons because I just kind of, I was real spotty about watching the like, I guess you wouldn't call it a reboot because it wasn't really a reboot of Futurama, but it was definitely some more episodes. I don't know what to call it, comeback or whatever, but they've done it like this will be the second time, I think, unless you count the movies, in which case that makes it the third time, which was like a season of movies. There was like 4 movies, and they were like 2.5 hours long each or something like that. I mean, they weren't short. I'm drinking Red Bull, the white peach edition, and sugar free because you know I'm diabetic and shit, so I gotta like watch my diabetes. But I need to quit caffeine just because I have high blood pressure too. But Red Bull is so damn good. It's refreshingly addictive. But anyways, so Futurama coming back. And I was in the store and I saw this. It was like 30, 32 something, I think. I don't remember exactly. I'm not even going to come back to it later and figure it out. If anybody can post now, later, wherever, how much it was, it's appreciated. But if you know me, you know I'm lazy as hell. So I'm probably not going to do that. But yeah, I saw this and I was just like, what? Okay, maybe. But then when I saw that it came with beer, I was like, all right, I'm definitely going to have to do this. I was like, and it's a good excuse to do a live stream. I have been kind of itching to do some more live streams. Yeah, I was using my phone or my my controller to prop it up. Yes, that's my Switch controller. Those are my infamous. I'm gonna say it. They were $80. It was $80 for these buttons and this pad. I gotta polish them up a little bit. They're a little mucky from playing, but they're all metal alloy. I don't know if they're aluminum or what, but they're polished. They haven't lost their luster. They have been shiny for, God, I think I've had it like this for about 5-6 years now. This is by far one of my favorite controllers. I started with a Switch Pro controller, and I mean, it's mostly still a Switch Pro controller, but I swapped out the sticks through aluminum. They're nice and light, and they don't scratch up everywhere like the plastic was. It was like leaving dust all over the place. It was gross. And then I've got my Skull & Co. Grips that I put on those because they were just metal, and you know you could easily slip off. But I mean, this configuration and then these buttons, they're so satisfying to press because they've got like, and I had to go with the Super Nintendo like concave and convex buttons just because that was my childhood, and I always thought that was kind of brilliant, making the buttons feel a little different. Nobody really does that anymore, you know. But I mean, it's a different feel, so you know that you're probably in the right place, you know. But enough about that. Anyways, talking about Bender. Yeah, Andy comes with a gold chain B. So, I mean, Bender's awesome, and we got to try and rock this. It says compatible with other name brands. I have never heard of BRICKCRAFT until recently. And I mean, I've paid attention to a lot of different things, you know, like the some of the overseas brick companies and, you know, little indie, you know, folks and stuff like that. But I'm gonna have to check out their website because I don't know much about them, but something tells me they've got some good things because this looks pretty decent. The fact that yeah, you can open him is pretty sweet. It looks like his fingers articulate. I mean, like he has it says fully posable Bender, 12 inches tall. I feel like it's the closest I'm gonna get to a Bender action figure anytime soon. I want a line like that's a collection I would start. Like Futurama, I would definitely collect Futurama action figures if they were done in a good 6-inch scale and they were done well by somebody. I would collect those. Even if like Jax picked it up and did the Simpsons treatment on them, I think I would pick up those. Those are excellent figures. If Jada decided to do some, not that Jada's gonna like, and nobody at Jada's gonna watch my videos, but if by some odd chance they do, dude, get that Futurama license, yo. That Scoob looks fantastic. I you know, that's that should draw people, you know, companies in that want to do stuff. I mean, I'm pretty stoked that you guys got that Incredibles or the Invincible license. I'm gonna pick up some of those. So I mean, I'm always gonna be collecting, but I want to kind of slow down on my collecting. I'm getting a little burnt out, and I'm running out of room. I'm starting to suffocate myself with action figures, and I love them all. Like, it's like every time I think about like, well, I should maybe sell some, and then I can't think of which ones I'm gonna sell. So it's hard. It's like, I'm never gonna have it again, probably, right? Because I've already gone through that with some of my toys from my childhood, which is so funny because I'm a grown adult. You know, you're supposed to grow out of that, but there's just something about toys for me that I love like my old toys, and I love all my new toys. And I've sold some of my vintage stuff, but I have most of what my parents held on to. I've even actually acquired a few new vintage things, you know. Like I picked up things like this GoBot scooter from the GoBots, and he's in really decent shape. I think I paid 25 something for him. Yeah, the worst was that his label was kind of messed up, but I've seen there were a couple that had really good labels and they were crazy expensive, so it was just like, no, I can't do that. Like, I need my family to not hate me for spending every last dime we have on toys. My wife gets pissed off at me enough as it is. I don't need to find more reasons to piss her off. Is that telling? Can you tell I pissed my wife off already today? I'm sorry, honey. I love you. You know I love you. But yeah. I'm very excited for Bender and Fry and the whole entire cast of Futurama. I started to introduce my daughter to Futurama the other day because I started talking about Futurama and she's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, I realized like she's 10, right? And I haven't really watched a lot of Futurama over the last like 5 or 6 years. It's been here and there and definitely not around her. So I was like, oh my god, I have failed you. So I started watching some Futurama around her. She digs it. She thinks it's funny. You know, she likes The Simpsons and stuff like that. My wife has been on a South Park kick the last few months. So there was that. So my daughter's been getting exposed to South Park a lot, which, you know, honestly, I think sometimes South Park is a lot wittier and smarter than people want to give them credit for being. But anyways, so this is that box. This is what it's going to look like. He holds his drinks and can hold his drinks on the inside and has bling. So let's get into it. Let's see if they have any kind of a resealability for their boxes. It doesn't look like it. It looks like I could probably open it from the bottom. Let's see. Yeah. I don't really keep my Lego boxes or anything. The only boxes that I try to keep are Masterverse boxes and G.I. Joe boxes. Even those are starting to get a little out of control. Looking the wrong way. There's the camera. Alright, so put that down here for garbage. Ta-da! Bum, 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 bum. Okay. So, we're going to find bag 1. There's 3 and 3. There's 2. 4. There's another 1. I've never built any of their stuff before, so I don't know if they have, like, that sort of Lego reliability, like how their QC is. Do they have good quality control? I mean, the quality of the product looks pretty nice. Packaging is really good. That's number 2 too. So we're gonna put the 2s over here. Okay, so we're gonna lay these out. Okay. Start with the front. Oh, look. Here, we'll do some let's take a look togethers. I'm going to take my glasses off for the building because I'm going to need to. All right, so looks like they have also the Planet Express ship, which kind of makes sense. Let's see, do they have anything else in here? Let's see at the end. Nope. Shows all the blocks though. Ooh, we get a Robo Oil and Slurm can. I thought they were going to be beers. There is what was it? Old Fortrain. Fortrain. We'll see. We'll see. All right. All right, let's get to the freaking first page. So, we're starting with bag number 1. And this these instructions look suspiciously very, very similar to Lego instructions. I'm just going to put it out there. Sorry. I'm not trying to, like, you know, knock on them or anything like that. This looks like it's going to be a quality product. But I mean, it is what it is. And there are a lot of pieces, too. I hope this isn't in a 4-hour build. I mean, I'm usually pretty quick with building block stuff, but, you know, it takes too damn long. Lose people. Lose people. Yeah, let's see. I should maybe readjust this. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm making Legos. So, like, let's see. I don't want to knock the camera out. Because if I hit the cord the wrong way, this webcam likes to blip out on me. But I want you guys to be able to see my face while I'm building. All right, that looks okay. Yeah, that works. I mean, the background isn't perfect, but who cares? We're focusing on building, right? Yeah. All right, so I need one of these. And I need one of these. And I need one of these. So, how about that Donald Trump? Oh my good God. I know, I'm not even going to start to talk about politics. I will say this much. I think there are a lot more MAGA folk and a lot more Democrat folk that are coming together, seeing eye to eye a little bit more. Not on everything, obviously. But, man. This whole Epstein thing is, it's just, you know, you just want to make popcorn and sit back and watch it all. But I'm a fan of chaos, so I don't like chaos in my own life. I will say that much. I'm not a huge fan of chaos in my own life. Oh, wait, what did I missed something. Oh, okay. I've got to put this on up here. There we go. Okay, so got that up there. Go dang. I bet that dog. My daughter says that all the time now, and she kind of sounds like the little girl. And like, I think she likes when people laugh. You know, she likes when she can make people laugh. So I enjoy that about my daughter. Like she does ham it up more. I just hope that it doesn't become something that gets her in trouble in school later. Because it's gonna be hard for me to be like, no, you can't do that. Because I'm gonna want to be like, good job, kid. You know, I'm gonna want to be, but I'm, you know, trying to be a proper father and trying to raise my daughter well. You know, we try not to. I swear like a truck driver constantly, but I've been trying to, you know, behave with my language around my daughter because she has this like insatiable want and need to I need to make 2 of these. Okay. To swear. Like she wants to swear so bad. And it's like I know it's because my wife and I swear a lot. Like my wife doesn't swear nearly as bad as I do. I try to do good. This channel is actually a lot of really good exercise when it comes to trying to not swear. Like, because I try to keep my content relatively evergreen. I don't make it specifically for children. Like when I set up the parameters for the video and stuff like that on YouTube, I specifically say that it's not for children. But you know, it's I still want it to be something where if kids stumble upon, it's mostly okay. Like, I'm still going to talk like an adult. I'm still going to swear every now and again on here. I'm still going to be honest and straightforward, you know, always. You know, that's just, you know, who I am. But I try not to do it around kids. It's like, you know, when you're in a, you know, family function or something like that, and you're around children, you know, in the family, you're not always trying to like curse up a storm around them, right? Like, I mean, I know I don't. Does it slip? Oh, sure, absolutely. And in some families, there's a lot more swearing than in others. Some families, that's just kind of normal. Like one side of my family, that's how it is. Like, there's lots of swearing. You know, truck drivers, true and true. My mother, She used to cuss like a cuss like a pirate truck driver. um, and part of that I picked up, and I've ever since I was a kid, I've been trying to, or well, ever since I became an adult, I've been trying to edit that behavior out. It's not always easy. Sometimes you struggle. Oh, I missed a piece. Sometimes it's not easy to modify your own personal behavior, but it's not impossible. Never think it's impossible, right? Like this. Yeah, we did some. We went to took my daughter, grabbed bought her some new shoes. Um, to my wife's prompting, and she was right. I'm always the cheaper parent. I'm always like, no, we don't need that. Here, do this. But oh no, that's wrong. But yeah, we it was difficult, but we got through it. Not all in one piece, but mostly. What in the world is going on here? Okay, like this. I got it. Okay. I was having issues. I I think at a later time I'm gonna try and experiment with like different camera angles for doing this. I know there's got to be a better way to do like live Lego builds. Like that. And then there's this. Yes. There. Getting glare. All right, so I'm going to set that down. We got this. We got that. Let's see if they're as good as Lego is at making instructions, because I mean, I think that kind of a make or break for a building block thing. Like, because I've had a couple where the instructions were not so good. My guy Eldor will tell you. Me and him, I was building that. I built that the Battle Cat by Mega Blocks or Mega Bricks or whatever it is, but Mattel owns it, and now they're not calling it Mega whatever it was. They're changing it all again, but yeah, it's funny because those were like some of the worst instructions I've ever had to deal with. They weren't horrible, like I made it through, I figured it out, but there were some. It was just like there were points where you were like, "Oh, this is atrocious. Why would you have done this?" Like, didn't you guys have like some QA where you had people go through it and do the thing and like see if they could figure things out? And I mean, because I'm sure if you had, there would have been people who had issues. That. Oh, I see. This is wrong. Dude, I keep getting that song stuck in my head. The whole I'm a punk rocker. They're playing it at the end of the new Superman movie. That movie is so good. That movie is so good. I just want to I want to watch that movie like a bazillion times. I could have sat in the theater and watched it again immediately after having watched it. It was like that. That was how good it was, as far as I was concerned. Like, and I don't know if that's like just too much of a fanboy type response or what, but yeah, that, like because I mean I'm a Superman fan. Like I've always like back in the day of Christopher Reeve, I loved it when I had my Superman PJs because I would wear a robe too, and I was like I pull it, open, and I always wanted. I had this. I remember I had this snap button flannel shirt, and I my mom wouldn't let me wear the shirt and t-shirt combo anymore because I wanted to wear the Superman shirt underneath this red flannel because it had the metal snaps and you could go and like rip the buttons and she didn't want me doing that. I mean, I'm sure, she was probably correct in her, judgment. but but yeah, it was, who I don't know too many kids, people that were kids back in the 80s, boys that didn't, idolize Superman. Superman was awesome. It was Superman and Spider-Man. None of us knew who the hell Wolverine was when I was little. I mean, some kids were probably, probably had some folks in their family who were into comics, but I didn't. My dad was always a sci-fi nerd, so that's why I'm into like Star Wars and Star Trek and stuff. Uh, this and this. It's so strange. It's like it makes me make this thing, and then it starts with something completely different, which is weird. But okay, I mean, I don't think that's not something Lego doesn't do. Uh, the thing that Mega Bloks kept doing that used to aggravate me was they would have you lay out bricks and then you'd build bricks on top of that, and it was always just like, what are you trying to tell me what to do? How what am I doing here? Like, what is this? Like you're looking at it, like trying to figure it out, and you're like, oh my god. I was like, oh, I finally got there. Thank goodness. It was like walking out of the desert after starving and being being dehydrated. Okay, doing that. Doing this. Ah, I don't know what I'm doing a lot of times. I don't know who's watching, but hello. Thank you for joining. Building some Legos. They're not Legos. Sorry. BRICKCRAFT. I don't want to get anybody in trouble or get myself in trouble. Okay. So now it says come down like this. Is it right there? I think this is it. It's terrible. This and this here. Now this is going to be here. That's going to be there. Okay. Oh, that's nice. All right. Oh boy. I need this, and I need this. We're doing this. This. Boom, boom. And then, so we're basically doing the other side of this, essentially. Where did my pieces go? I do not know. There's one. But I need another one. Boy. It's gonna be like, I hate that when that happens. Like, you know it's there somewhere. You know, like, I got that one. I know it's got to be here somewhere. Like, I mean, it might not got to be there. Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. One of these. So I need to put those right there. And then put another one right there. Alright. Oh, that fell off again because that's not really part of it. I don't know why they didn't just... I don't know. I don't know why they didn't have us just make it just like the other one. Obviously, something else that's going on there, but we'll find out later, right? Right. All right, let's find out. Start putting that there. I don't understand why this is just free floating. It's weird. Okay. Anyways. So, turn it around like that. And now we've got to get this one. And yeah, I gotta say, you know, I used to always like, I used to be like, whatever, when I'd hear like people talk about, oh, you know, YouTube creator burnout, right? And now I kind of get it, you know, like you can easily burn out. Like it's still something I enjoy doing, right? So I'm not like, you know, don't worry, like my hiatus isn't like a sign that I'm going to go away anytime soon for anybody that's concerned. But I'm you know, I just, you know, I need to learn to pace myself a little better. And you know, I think I've got a strong foundation on my channel. Got a good base right now. Got a nice large library of stuff for people to check out. You know, if you want to drone out to me rambling about nonsense, you're in luck. I got a whole channel full of it. But I'm sure over the next few years, I'm gonna grow in the ways that I kind of want to grow. You know, like a Pixel Dan and what the hell's his name from Secret Galaxy, all of those guys. You know, I don't expect to ever become as like YouTube famous or popular as those guys, but you know, I'm sure my channel will grow in the way that I want to. I have been very driven, I guess I would say, last 2 years to try and make my channel better and popular and, you know, get there. And I know that like some of it is just a matter of being patient, right? And it is. It's just a matter of being patient and being consistent, continuing to, you know, work on the craft, change things, keep what's good, get rid of what's bad. You know, all that good nonsense. Learn new things, learn new programs, learn new technologies. Who knows? Maybe in 10 years, this is all going to be like 3D, you know? You'll be able to beam into a virtual world where I'm already doing. I mean, there's already stuff like that. So I guess, you know, we're not that far off. Crud. How did that go on? It's like this, right? Yeah. I hope there's stuff that's going to, like, keep that mounted in. Because it's kind of annoying that that's that one little bar thing that I was complaining about. I'm like, why is this like this? What in the heck is this? Speaking of Zoidberg. Zoidberg Schmoidberg. Who cares about Zoidberg? I like Zoidberg. He's actually, he is, like, I love all of the Futurama characters. Kind of equally. I know that's, not kind of equally. I mean, Fry and Leela and Bender are definitely the three best. And you kind of can't have just one of them. It's sort of necessary to have all three of them. And it's got to be their voice actors. You know, it's got to be Billy West. It's got to be Katie Seagal and John DiMaggio. There was talk a while ago that when they were going to do this new season of Futurama, that John DiMaggio was not going to voice Bender. And I remember going, oh, it's dying. And like I was so sad. I was just like, what the hell, man? Why? But they finally worked it out. You know, I mean, I'm sure it was just, you know, contract negotiation ploy stuff. Probably. You know, I don't know. Bender may not be a part of it. Right? Like, it's probably that. I'm just going to say it was that. Yeah, it was that. Oh, boy. I'm just rambling now. Nothing like Red Bull at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. Oh, now it's almost 11. Ah, shit. Well, there we go. And then this. And then that. And then we put it here. Ooh. And then I break some stuff. And we put these two more on here. Like that. And like that. And like a man. Hey, I don't even know what the hell I'm saying anymore. But it doesn't matter because there's only one person watching. It's probably my wife. I know that the thing says two, but one of those is me. on the one that I watch to do sound check, and that's my phone. I check the sound and all of that good stuff, and watch for live chat messages. Come on, people, where are the live chat messages? Or is that just a friend of mine that, like, put it on play and's like, yeah, I'm just going to give him some view time. In which case, thanks. I mean, I appreciate it. That's nice of you. Anybody who does. Oh, how sweet. You're so kind. Okay, so we got this. Do this. I still got like a lot of bags to go. This is nowhere near done. All right, this one. And this one. And this one. All right, and then we got to build up a border around it now. What is this? China? Greenland? What the heck? What are we doing? We got to build borders. Oh boy. I just can't keep talking about politics. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. So, I'm not sure what that's supposed to do. I think it goes in. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay. I can dig it. I can dig it, baby. All right. Next. Okay. We have this piece. And we have this piece. We have to do this like that. Yeah, there's a potential promotion situation where I work. I mean, I say that, but it's really just, crud, keep my job. is really what it is. What my employer did was they kind of dissolved our job, like just got rid of it. And that is not the right place for that. I did that wrong. Okay, that was actually supposed to go on this. There we go. But yeah, so they got rid of my job basically and said, we're going to change it and we're going to do this. And I honestly, I like the changes that they're going to make. I just hope I get the job and am part of that change. Because I just started working there 10 months ago, all right? And I went there to become QC. And yeah. And then we had this happen. And I know it's kind of sad because I know that, like, not everybody's going to get a spot. I don't know if I'm going to get a spot. I did my interview. I think it went well. But just because you think it went well doesn't mean that it did. Right? So it's just a matter of waiting right now. We'll all find out next week if I'm crabby and don't post for a while. Well, you know why. All right, that's starting to look like his chassis. Boom. Pop that open. Grab a broski, brah. All right, I'm digging it. We got a couple of extras. I hope that's just extras. We'll put them to the side over here by Orco. Okay. On to our next part. We're going to build his face. So now we move to bags number 2. Numbered 2. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Okay. I think I got all the number 2s. Ew. I grabbed all the number 2s. So I still haven't gotten a Switch 2. I'm probably going to wait until around Christmas just to hopefully grab a deal on one. But now I'm hearing, there's talk that Switches may increase in price. And it's like, damn it. Damn it. Like, how dare they? Okay, so starting with these 2 pieces and one of these, it looks like. We put one right down the middle and we fit it together. Okay. I'm going to do, they went the other way. Okay. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. Okay. Do that. And then we got one of these. And Dun, dun, dun. I need another one. Where is the other one like this? I need it. Where the heck is it now? I know it's here. There we go. All right. Do speed Legos. It's not Legos. It's not Legos. Gotta stop that. BRICKCRAFT. Nope, that's not that yet. This first, right? Yes. One of these. And one of these. And one of these. Sorry, I'm doing this so melodically. That's just how ADHD works sometimes. I need another small one. Where is it? There's probably just one. It's probably the only one I need. There it is. All right. Boop. Drink break. All right. Am I done with this? Done. Smashed. Now we're gonna do some light half and half. Ernie Palm. You know, sugar free. Gotta do sugar free. Freaking die if I don't. Diabetes. Okay, so we got these on. And these are supposed to go on? Oh, look at that. They fit just right on like a glove. It's kind of satisfying. What else do we have to put on? We got smaller bits here too. So we'll keep an eye out for them. Yep, yep. Yep, yep. Is that one? Yep, that's one. Fit right in there. Like a glove. I haven't watched it in a long, long time. But for some reason, I keep quoting the Ace Ventura series a bunch lately. Like, I don't know if you, some of you kids here, unaware of who Ace Ventura is. If you are unaware, you should look it up. You may like it. If you're a fan of mine, you'll probably enjoy Ace Ventura. He's an idiot. Just like me. Just like me. Oh, that's not the right one. Fun on the bun. Probably gonna need that too. Gonna need that too. Gonna need that too. Gonna need this. So I think the next game I will probably be streaming is going to be some of the what is it? It's Cosmic Fighters or whatever the heck it is, that new Marvel game that's coming out. I'm definitely going to get that on the Switch. I don't know if it'll be on Switch 1 or 2. Probably 1 for now. But yeah. I'm going to try and grab that one and stream it. I was thinking about getting that, doing some more streaming of G.I. Joe Wrath of Cobra. I don't know. But definitely going to try and stream that Marvel beat 'em up, because it looks very it looks very very Splinter's Revenge, or Shredder's Revenge, and if you haven't played Shredder's Revenge and you love beat 'em ups, you have not played one of the best beat 'em ups ever made. It is up there with Scott Pilgrim Saves the World, and I would say Streets of Rage 4, or right? Streets of Rage 4? Yeah, Streets of Rage 4. Streets of Rage 4. Yes, thank you. which was a fantastic beat 'em up game. If you are into those arcade brawler beat 'em up deals, my daughter and I, that's how I kind of introduced my daughter to video games. We would play beat 'em ups. That way, like I could help her get through all of it. And we always had fun. We'd fight a little bit too. We're like, come on. I'm going. There's a bunch of that. So it was great. I always like love playing games with my daughter. Like, she's funny when we play. She used to, when she was littler, she used to be a terrible loser. Like, if she would lose anything, oh my God, she would be so destroyed. Like, I was like, holy cow, what do you do about this, right? And me and my wife, we never really like kind of gave it any real ground. We just, hey, we'd acknowledge the situation and go, but we're gonna move on, okay? We love you. Peace out. And that's kind of how we handled it. We're good at the parts of parenting where you have to ignore the kid. We're really good at that. We're great at those parts. No, you know what? My wife is a very good mom. I would like to think that I'm a good dad. I'm never going to give myself the title of world's best dad. My daughter will tell you that I'm the best dad. I think she's an idiot. Like, you don't know what you're talking about, kid. There's way better dads out there than me. But I love her, and I try to let her be the person that she's gonna be. I don't want her to have to feel like she's got to be the person that I want her to be. What I want her to be, and it's just like my older daughter, the only thing I really care about is that they're living happy lives, right? They're healthy, doing all right, not doing bad things. Just don't do bad shit. That's usually my biggest advice to my kids. Don't do bad shit, right? Do good shit. I love my kids. I think both of my daughters are wonderful, amazing people. And I'm not saying that right now just because this is YouTube and all of that crap. And, I hope that one of them watches this one day and hears me say this. I don't just, I try to say it to their faces too. I don't just, make like non-personal gestures. I also try to make non-personal gestures because I'm an introvert and sometimes that's how things work. No, I mean, I just, if my daughter ever sees this later, she'll be like, "Aw, Daddy, I love you." Both of my girls. My older daughter, she did the Army. We didn't want her to do the Army. I'm still, I mean, I guess it worked out in certain ways. Like, she's got a lot of benefits from the Army because she got really she got jacked up in the Army. Like, they ignored signs that she was injured and continued to let her train instead of making the decision to pull her out of what they needed to. And because of it, she's got wicked tinnitus. Like, she can't hear shit normal anymore. She's got a messed up I think both of her ankles are actually messed up. She's got some other, some psychological issues that, occurred. I'm not going to get into the details of my daughter's, stuff because I'm sure, and I'm not going to tell anybody what the heck her name is or let you know any of that stuff about her. I just, it's just, my daughter, she had a hard time. She went through some stuff. She wanted to experience the world, and doing it kind of screwed her up a little. And it's okay because she's fine. Like, she's safe and no longer in the situation that was, causing the problems for her. But, now she's a little screwed up for the rest of her life. And, you can't keep your kids from getting screwed up completely, obviously. But, yeah, sometimes it's just like, did I fail as a parent? Did I do something stupid? I mean, she has 3 parents, right? My older daughter, she's got me, my wife, and then her biological father. And I'm sure between the 3 of us, we screwed her up a little bit. It's like I tell my youngest daughter, like, I know we're going to screw you up somehow. Just know that we didn't want to. We didn't intend to. If anything, we've tried to break, certain patterns. My my daughter is always amazed at the fact that, like, we used to get smacked around a lot when we were kids. I mean, if you're around my age, think about it. When we were kids, our parents whacked us all over the place. I mean, shit, when I was in my 30s, my dad found out that I was smoking cigarettes and he smacked me upside the head. And let me tell you, my dad's got some meat hooks. So it wasn't fun. But I mean, he should have, I guess, it was fine. But I mean, if you're my age, you probably got, hit in one way or another. I mean, like, my dad's thing was the belt, right? The belt, or he'd knock you around. It wasn't like, I never got, like, my dad didn't just, like, keep wailing on me, right? That never happened. It was tempered. It was, you're getting two smacks across the ass with this, and he didn't get out of control with it. But, we know now, psychologically, as a society, we know via psychology that, like, hitting your kids does nothing. It doesn't. If it does anything, it breaks the bond between parent and child. Know that. It's just like with pet ownership, which I hate reducing parenting to pet ownership, but I mean, if you think about it, children are kind of sort of tiny little pet humans. I call my daughter pet human all the time. She's like, I don't like that. I guess I don't blame her. But yeah, I just, I don't know. I think kids nowadays don't know how lucky they are sometimes. They don't. And that's good, I guess. I mean, they shouldn't have to know. Like, oh yeah, no, getting beat sucks. They shouldn't have to know that. Like, and when you say that out loud, like, it's kind of like, holy crap, that's true. Children shouldn't know what it's like to get smacked around a lot. No, children should not. So, just remember that, folks out there. Kids do far better at learning when you speak to them, when you treat them as though they have a brain in their head. If you give them the opportunity to use their brain, they will. It's not always going to be the way you want them to. But sometimes being a parent is also a part of that is also accepting the decisions your children make and understanding that they have the right to their own decisions, right? They have the right to make their own choices at some point. And, they have to. All right, so I already see something about this build that I don't think I like. It's a little upsetting. Oh, let's see. Oh, I guess not. There's like a, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. See right there? There's a gap right underneath the eye socket. That feels like a big miss. We're gonna finish it though. I mean, we don't quit in this family. That's another thing that like I always try to instill in my kids is you never give up. Even if you have to like back off and take a moment and maybe step back and reassess the situation, you still just you don't give up, right? And remember that failure isn't the end, right? In some cases, it's just the beginning. It means you're going to have to fail a bunch more, maybe, possibly, until you get the right, situation. It's like what Edison said. That's just life. That is life. That's how you gotta. I had a buddy who used to be obsessed with the idea of grabbing the bull by its horns. But I don't think he's wrong, right? Like, there are many times in life where you just have to say, fuck it, we're doing this, right? There are lots of times in life where you have to do that. And sometimes they are incredible moments in your life, right? Like, you say, screw it, I'm doing it, and you just leap, and it's exhilarating, right? Like jumping off a cliff or diving into a pool for the first time. I mean, think about it. The first time you ever dove into a pool. Wasn't that amazing? It was incredible, right? Like, to me, I can still remember it, and it was incredible. Okay. I mean, he's shaping up. He's shaping up. I'm just going to say that. Okay, so we got a 4 banger. And then we throw a 3 banger on there. And then we put this thing on here. And then put it like that. Alright? Alright. Woo! And then this just goes right on the back. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Shaping up. Okay. I love that line in that song, though. I'm a punk rocker. Where he goes, I'm listening to the music with no fear. You can hear it too if you're sincere. I love that. Such a good line. Like, it's kind of just word mush. It is, but it's like it's badass. It just sounds like something that somebody that's badass would say. And I mean, Iggy Pop's badass. Yeah, that's cool. It kind of fits right in there. I wonder, can I raise this? I don't have any other Legos either right now, like at my disposal. I want to like, cause like, okay, so see, like that would be almost perfect. I guess if I put another one on, it would probably be too high. All right, well, whatever. And then this goes up here, like this. Yeah, yeah, see? And dun 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 dun. All right, and the gap is a little less noticeable now that we have the back on, so it's better. That's we're doing better. All right, so now this goes up here. Look, Ma, I'm building a robot. My daughter would say right then, your mom can't hear you. She's nothing but ashes. Because my daughter has learned how to be real dark. All right, this is turning out pretty cool, actually. I'm digging this. All right, come on, Bendaroo. On to the next part. We're doing some threes. Ew, that sounds messy. What does a number 3 consist of? Let's wait until we get to number 4. If you didn't see my photo on Instagram of my elf, I have decided to deck him up in Motu armor. He's like my favorite figure ever. Like I freaking love it. It's the best thing ever, and it makes me smile when I look at it. That's what it's for, right? Yeah. Yeah, let's see if I can have him sit off of the edge of the. There you go. It's Alf from Mouth. No, what the hell? Where was he from? Man, I don't remember. Oh, God, it's like at the tip of my tongue. So we gotta get those open. Got those open. We're good there. Got this whole thing of stuff. Okay. So we're gonna be doing 2 of these, it looks like. We need to find a bunch of plugs. Gotta put the plugs in. Plug it in, plug it in. I think my favorite episode of Futurama ever is the episode where they get captured by the Amazonians and forced into Snoo Snoo. It's the best ever. It's such a good episode. Like, it's so funny. Let's see if I can move this back a little bit. Maybe you can see more of my beautiful face. No. Is that better? I hope it's better. But yeah, it's like I'm doing my Lego thing and then I look up. I see the screen. Trying to see if I look stupid looking down like this the whole time. I'll watch it later. I'll figure it out. But I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do all of the stuff that I want to do. And, that's how you do it, right? You figure it out. So it doesn't say to do this in duplicate, but I'm just doing it in duplicate because there are 2 legs and I'm going to assume that they're going to be identical. So, I mean, that one says duplicate. Oh, it does say 2. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, never mind. I was lying. I mean, I wasn't lying. I didn't know I was lying. So, I mean, is that technically a lie? If you don't know that you're lying, does it qualify as a lie? How do I do that? Oh, okay. I see. It's going to go over that. Now is that. Going to let me in? What in the world? Why is that being difficult? Oh, wow. Man, that is... I mean, do I have the right piece? Yeah. Maybe this is just particularly tough? I don't know. Like it's not letting me through. Like I can't get it in through the hole. Oh, there we go. Man, that took some force. Okay. I had to be a little bit more forceful than I was being. Like, apparently I was being delicate. Maya! Maya! Finally. I don't mean I never mean to be like I now I know I have some Asian friends out there. My friends from Blocks World, I had a lot of friends that were from Asia. And so if any of you wants to comment back later about this, I would appreciate it. But sometimes when I get really aggravated, I kind of swear like I'm a old Asian grandma. Like I'm na 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 na. And I don't mean to be racist. I just like in my head the best angry like grandma are like Asian grandmas when they're pissed off. And it's just so funny. Like and the second funniest grandmas, you know, like when they're yelling or moms beating, you know, yelling and smacking their kids is Mexican moms are hilarious when they're beating the shit out of their kids. They're like, and I don't know. I'm not trying to be racist. If anything, I'm admiring the the experience that folks in those cultures go through. Like my mom never hit me like that. She'd smack me every now and again, but I never got like repetitively beaten by like some of my Mexican buddies like will have commented over the years about how like their moms would beat them with the chancla and stuff like that, and it's like, fuck, that's fucked up, man. Your mom used to beat you with her shoe. Not only is that unsanitary, but fuck, that's gotta hurt. So yeah, I'm just I wonder, like, is that I hope that's not racist. Like, I'll stop if it is, but it doesn't come from a racist place. If anything, it's like, yeah, hey, we all got these situations. Like Polish grandmas always want to overfeed you. That's how they get you to do things via guilt. Like the Polish folks are definitely a lot more psychological in their torture of their children. It's well documented. And it's funny because I ask because I'm not sure. Like, but here's one of the things that I deal with sometimes. My mother-in-law, she is a very nice person. I love my mother-in-law. She has very good intentions, pretty much 99% of the time, right? But every now and again, like she will start talking about other cultures. and she doesn't understand that like some things are just not okay. Like she will ask Asian people about like how come every Asian family has a million chopsticks in their house, like, or something along those lines. And it's just like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. please don't hate me. She's just older than us. That's the first Lego that dropped. Oh. Bum, bum, bum. And it's got a cat hair on it, of course. I have 3 cats. And anybody who has a cat knows that if you have 3 cats, you truly have 20. 20 cats. You have them all. You have all the cats. and they're all like constantly puking on things. Just cats are I love my cats. I do. And I think I would call myself more a cat person than a dog person. Don't get me wrong, I love the shit out of my dogs. I have 2 adorable chihuahuas that are they're precious. I mean, my little white dude, he's deaf, and he just like he's so pitiful. He has this puppy look, like with the big puppy eyes and everything. And you're just like, buddy, what's going on? So you got to pick him up and love on him because he needs the love. He's super cute. That's what saved him and his sister. He was freaking adorable. It was him. It was him the whole time. Because I was like, no, we are not. No, because my thing was like, I wanted 5 years of no dog shit in the backyard. That was my thing. That was like the biggest thing I wanted. I wanted no dog shit in the backyard. I was like, once we have grass, because we didn't have a lawn when we first moved in. I said 5 years, no dog shit. Did I get those 5 years? I did not. I got 2, I want to say. I think 1 or 2. No, I didn't even get 1. No, what am I talking about? Because we moved in 2014 and my daughter was born in 2015 and we had the dogs by then. I didn't even get a whole year. Like, I didn't get a whole year. The shit that you do for your family, I'm telling you, like you compromise every damn thing that you ever said. You're like, I want this. And then when that doesn't happen, you're like, well, it's fine. It's for my family. I mean, it is fine, especially if it's for your family. Our families deserve all of the sacrifice that we make for them. My kid deserves every sacrifice I ever make for both of my kids. Every sacrifice I've ever made for them was deserved. Like they did not ask to be brought into this world, and I love them for being a part of my life. This is how that is. Now, I think these are going to be the arms and hands. So I think I'm supposed to do these in duplicate as well. All right, so we're going to do that. And we got these. We got to push them through this. I got one for that one. For this one. I don't know. I just, I hope that my kids appreciate and not just appreciate, but recognize the sacrifices that my wife and I make for them. Like, I hope they know. I hope they know that we made sacrifices for them, and I hope that they appreciate that we did. That's probably going to be backwards for the other one. Oh no, I don't know. We'll see. So, I'm just going to make the one for right now. Because I think I got to do it the other way around for the other hand. Oh, and this. Okay. I mean, as a parent, I think that's what most of us parents want. That's what our parents wanted. They wanted to be recognized as being, good. They want to be recognized. My dad, I'm sure he wants, to be like loved and appreciated as a dad. It's what I want. I want that. I want to be appreciated by my kids. Okay, what am I doing here? Wait a second. Okay, so we start with this. We put one of these like that. Okay. And then we put another one. What is that? That's the fingertip. Okay. I mean, and I think a lot of people that have kids, like you probably get this. Like your children are probably the most precious thing to you. Like at least to me, my kids are precious to me. If one of them died, something bad happened to one of them, I I don't I don't know what I would do, honestly. Right. We did that there. Now we do a third one. Dink, 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 dink. I just watched Alien Earth this morning, and I am absolutely 100% in. That show is freaking cool. I like it a lot. I feel like it's going to be one of those amazing shows at the end of the year. Like, it's just going to be one of those things that everybody's going to be talking about. Like, it's that show is freaking phenomenal. So far, it's got me hooked, like right away. like the second I started watching, I was like, oh, this is good. This is already good. You know, I'm just gonna do this real quick. One, two. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this goes here. Right? No, goes there. I see. Well, hopefully that's not going to matter. Okay, got that. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh. All right, not too much. I don't want you to lose interest. All right, so we make this, right, and then we make a this. We make a this. No, this isn't Mario. Let's not make a Mario. Okay. These. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, see? Not paying attention. Skip the step. We're going to build these fingers. And then we're going to make them thing. Because that's what fingers do. They thing. technically, the term thing means to wiggle one's fingers. Or to gesture and movement with one's fingers. To thing. Caught that one with my booby. Okay. We've got fingers. And they're thinging. I love that episode of The Simpsons where Otto's like getting baked with Homer up in the attic, and he's like, "Why do they call them fingers? I don't think they've ever finged before." I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell are you talking about, Otto? Oh. Oh. That is awesome. There we go. All right, so that's that part. For all intents and purposes, Bender is done. This is a pretty big fig. Let's see. Here's a Marvel Legends. He's about 2 Marvel Legends. So he's about 12 inches. I do believe the box said it. Over 12 inches tall. Woo! That's what she said. All right. So there's Bender. He's done. We got them all put together. So for all intents and purposes, we're done. If you want to log off and go away and be like, oh, that video's done. You can. You can do that. But now it looks like I have to build the stand and put together his bling and the beer cans. Or the cans and the beer bottle. Keep in mind, that's not just a beer bottle. That's a 40. It's funny that that had to be packaged separately. It probably means it came from a separate plant. Bender. Boom, 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 Bender. All right, so we got 2 cans. And here's the bottle. Ah, that's a miss. They got a bunch of gold pieces in there. They should have made the cap gold. Like, what the heck? Old Fortran, malt liquor. I love that. That's funny as hell. Ooh, just popped his thumb off. So already, I'm going to say. Ain't as easy as it looks to get this set up right. Okay. that's tricky. We're gonna put these in here. I'll make his bling though. All right. I guess we'll get to the bling. All right, let's make this stand. Boop. I got to give a shout out to a channel that I just recently started to watch. What is it? Foods I Cannot Read? Yes, Foods I Cannot Read. He does some fantastic food reviews of foods that he can't read. And we've all been in, one of the foreign, foods grocery stores, and definitely seen some food before that you cannot read the writing or pronounce anything because it is clearly from another country of origin that you are not from, and you are definitely not educated in the language of said nation, which is understandable. That's probably 90% of the world. Not everybody knows a million different languages. Granted, the United States is one of the few places where we only grow up only learning one language. Lots of places have more than one language, and a lot of times more than two languages. So it's we're the weirdos. It's not the rest of the world. We're the weirdos. We're the xenophobic, crazy people. I mean, I stay to myself too, but I'm still friendly to other people. I still believe in society and being social and being kind and caring and loving to everyone I know. And meat, and meat. Okay. I love people. I'm not always up for being around them, but I love people. I love to, one of my favorite things to do, honestly, is to people watch. I had so much fun at Ren Fair, just people watching, and trying to think in my head, what's that person's life like? What do they do? What made them decide to dress as the Red Knight today? My wife is kind of very similar. She likes to people watch. She likes to think about, what do these people do? What do these folks do? Oh, did I do this wrong? No, I didn't do this wrong. Oh, I did do this wrong. Okay, I see. I see. Cocking it all up. Oh, no, it's not that bad. This. I cannot read. I'm telling you, you gotta watch. He's got a great little channel going. It's some good content, especially when you're doing the shorts scrolling. I wish that YouTube would put a little bit more into the shorts views and stuff like that, because I think it's a good place to put more content. I know I get stuck in freaking little holes of YouTube constantly. All right, so it says, well, whew, look at them quick hands. It says that he's supposed to plop onto the stand right here. Okay, come on. All right, do it. All right. So he's on the stand. That's how he works. Okay. All right, let's go to the next spot. I'm going to assume this goes here. Or is it? I see. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is meant to be like this. I don't know. I guess we'll find out in a minute. All right, so okay, on to the bling. These two and this. Yeah, the other day, the foods I can't read did one. It was like pickled herring with a curry sauce. It was like Scandinavian. Good Lord, did it seem terrible? He did not look like he was enjoying it one bit. I could do that, or I feel like I should do this. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. It has this, stacking them up one on top of another, but I think I'm gonna put it like that, so that it's around the sides. Because it's mine, and I can do what I want. So that is extremely long. And I see why they did the two in the middle. So I'm going to also do that. Yep. Fits a lot better. Ridiculous. All right, so there's his B. B for bender. B for bling. Oh boy. Okay, so now the sign. And that was not what I had to do. All right. So we will do this instead, which is what it wants me to do. Bing, 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 bing. And blurp. All right. So there we go there. What in the world are those for? Oh, yeah. I forgot to do that. Okay. Check. All right. So those are all done. This goes here. just extras. That's a weird extra. It's like a little gun. That's weird. Wonder if that was supposed to go somewhere. I mean, or is it for... Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, see? Read the damn instructions, you idiot. That's how he holds it. Check that out. All right. See? You put like a little peg in there. And then that's why he's got the peg holes in his hands. I gotcha. Not sure what these are for. Let's see. Do we have a reason for... Nope. It looks like they're just extras. I get it. This is supposed to look like Planet Express. Aha. And I need to move him back. Oh. Hey. What the hell? It's like falling apart the first time I move it around. It's not very actiony. That looks great. I am going to have to post a few pictures of him. But he looks fantastic. I absolutely love him. I think he's one of the funnest builds I've ever done on here. Doesn't even matter if nobody showed up. I mean, that's cool. Like you can just kind of turn the blocks a little bit to make them articulate, essentially. That's awesome. Well, I'm a big fan of this BRICKCRAFT company. They made a really cool full-size bender. Like, look at this thing. That's how big it is compared to my head. That's some value for you. Look at how big he is. This big head. I have a large head, and this is big. This is real big. You know what I wish he had? I feel like it's a miss, but he needs to have like a cigar hanging out of his mouth. That's like a huge miss, I feel. They could have put like one of these as like one of these angle blocks, and like that way it could kind of angle out of his mouth. And you can't tell me that like, oh, well, we didn't want to We don't want to do that kind of bad influence because there's liquor, there's alcohol, and alcohol was in the toy aisle. Liquor shouldn't be in the toy aisle. I'm pretty sure that's against the law. But yeah, that's a cool. I like this. This was a good build. He's gonna look good next to my my battle cat. I gotta set up a shelf with some of the Lego stuff too, because we always get Lego stuff, but I never like. I don't display it properly. I'm a terrible Lego person. Like I love my Legos, like I do, but I'm so bad. Like we have 2 big giant tubs filled with like, and when I say giant tubs, I mean like they're like this big, like fucking huge, right? Huge tubs filled with Legos. My mom and my dad gave me a box of the old Legos that my brother and I used to play with when we were kids. So I have some of them somewhere over here. I don't remember where I put them, but I've got this. One of my favorite pieces was from like a Lego castle builder set, where it basically had it had a like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a box that had like sort of like Bender's legs, like, and then it had like a dragon mouth at the end, and I think it was like a makeshift dragon. It was gray, and it was one of my favorite Lego pieces. I always tried to incorporate it into a bunch of different builds, all the time. Like it might have been. I think it actually came with space Legos, and I think it was the articulating arm that was supposed to grab stuff. I think that was one of the things that it was. Oh my god, I'm so like I'm sitting here. I look up at this thing and it's just Bender. Like that is awesome. That is really good. I like this as a sweet Bender. All right. Well, I thought about maybe doing some gaming or maybe some opening up of action figures, but there's nobody up tonight. It's a Wednesday night. There's not much going on. I'm sure there's other casts that people are a part of right now that are just going on. But hey, thanks for tuning in. If you've watched the replay of this, and I'm gonna do a couple more of these. I've got a couple of figures that I have to open up, but I'm just gonna do those ones live. They're not Masters of the Universe or well, I've got a couple of GI Joe ones, but I think I'm gonna hang on to those two and do videos with them. I've got like Flint and Xandar, so the new Flint. I'm gonna try and do some comparisons and stuff because I really like the new Flint. The new retro carded Flint looks like Flint's supposed to look. Like it's like thank you. It only took you guys 2 tries, like every single time. Well, not every single time. Zartan, Zorana, those ones were pretty good. That dude, that old school silver retro carded Cobra Commander. Oh, that is like one of my favorite figures. I keep trying to make this this cartoon comic, basically a comic series with him and a couple of other figures, and I will. It's been slow going, but anything that's worthwhile is worth taking your time and doing it right. So that's just how I'm going to be moving forward in the future. Right now, I'm not too worried about getting my viewer base like really expanded. I need to focus on just other things as far as my channel goes right now. I have a lot of viewers right now, and I want to focus more on making the content that I'm making better. In some cases, a little bit more personal, like this kind of stuff. I want to do more of it and have more people like realize, oh, hey, he's doing this. I'm gonna tune in. I don't get to have a regular schedule. My work schedule prevents me from having a normal YouTube TV schedule. But what I am going to try to do is still do something on somewhat a regular basis, but it just won't be every single day of the week, like every Wednesday or every Thursday. It just won't be that way. It'll be like every other Thursday or something along those lines. So not as frequent as some YouTubers, but I'll bump it up a little bit. I do need to play some video games. I just need to play some video games just for myself as well, just because I haven't in a while. So I've got to work on that too. But I've got a lot of projects around the house that I've got to take care of. All kinds of crazy stuff. And then, you know, everything that my daughter needs and everything that my wife needs. And life gets filled. Well, kids, thanks for coming by and listening to me gripe about my life. And thanks for hanging out with me while we built Bender together. Bender. What's another one of his best lines? Parents, have you ever thought about hitting your children? I think that was it. Or taking your children, sitting them down on your lap, and hitting them. Something along those lines. I don't know. Bender's one of the best characters ever. John DiMaggio is a voice acting legend. Love Futurama. Thanks for watching me build Bender. I hope that you all have a wonderful day, evening, or whatever. If you're living in a time deprivation chamber, I hope that the next few minutes go by quickly or very fast, whichever you're going for. All right, I'm obviously out of shit to say, so I'm going to say goodbye and have a good night, everyone. Peace out. We're going to stop streaming.